the girl deliberately exposed her white lace, but the boss only sneaked a glance. Then he immediately returned to seriously reviewing the manuscript. The next day, the girl changed into a loose top, and once again showcased her figure in front of the writer. However, the writer thought of his family, and made a strong effort to suppress his desires. Later, the girl heard that the protagonist of the novel had a scar on his shoulder, so she quickly lifted her top, revealing a similar scar on her own shoulder. In response to the girl's hint, he boldly kissed her. Afterward, the girl wasted no time and brought her mother to the law firm to consult about severance pay and harassment compensation. Upon learning that the man was a famous local writer, the lawyer immediately perked up, and quickly calculated a mediation compensation of over $1 million. The girl thought the compensation amount was a bit too high, but her greedy mother highly praised it, and had the girl sign the authorization contract. However, that day the writer was out, and the lawyer's letter ended up in his wife's hands. But the wife had ended her dancing career due to a car accident, and developed severe depression, living in agony every day. When she learned of her husband's betrayal, her emotions completely broke down, so she increased her medication, trying to numb her inner pain, but it was all in vain. In the end, she decided to drown her daughter, who was taking a bath, in the bathtub, then calmly went to the bedroom, swallowed an entire bottle of pills. When the writer returned home after finishing his social engagements, he found his wife lifeless, and seeing the lawyer's letter on the nightstand, he instantly understood everything. The writer began to think that losing his wife was already punishment enough, but when he lifted his daughter's body from the bathtub, he realized that his momentary impulse had caused him to lose the two most important people in his life. After handling the funeral of his relatives, the writer showed up at the court mediation room as promised. The judge immediately stated that he could negotiate with the other party, but the writer didn't say a word. He just wrote $1 million check, then glanced at the girl, before leaving the courtroom. However, the girl never expected that this seemingly ordinary decision would lead to a tragedy. Soon one night, the girl received a call from her brother. Learning that their parents were being treated for poisoning from toxic mushrooms, the girl rushed to the hospital, but was told by her brother that her father passed away despite efforts to save him. Her mother also became partially paralyzed due to the effects of the mushrooms. The girl couldn't believe it, but then she suddenly remembered. She had once introduced the writer to the knowledge of toxic mushrooms, and mentioned that her mother often cooked wild mushrooms, so she began to suspect that this accident might be the writer's revenge. She told her brother about this thought, but he thought she was mentally breaking down. After her father's funeral, the girl started paying attention to the writer's every move. She noticed that his writing style suddenly changed. In an interview, the writer said he had found a new muse for inspiration, but the girl felt a chill after hearing this. Not long after, to relieve the oppressive atmosphere at home, the girl decided to go on a vacation to the seaside, and in this environment, she began to relax. However, during a water-fetching moment, she saw the writer's figure through the glass window.